time to start doing some plumbing. So I wasn't really gonna film any of this because it's all matching up fittings, but here's where we're at. Robbing Peter to pay Paul just to get this laid out, and then I'll reorder. So I got a bunch of stainless lines off of this narrow glide that I've kept together for a full year and a half, and now I'm gutting it to steel parts for this. We got new master, which is standard brake line compression type, going in to a 90 to a 45 out, so then it'll be a steel line that runs down to a straight steel line here. I don't think we're hooking up a brake light switch on the front, as far as I'm aware, unless he changes his mind. But we are gonna tap the rear brake light switch into the rear. If he really wants one up front, I'm pretty sure these are electronic switched anyway. Yeah, it's the dumb little plunger in there. So he might be able to make something work if he wants that to hook up. Electronic instead of a hydraulic, so it'll just be a straight hydraulic line there. And on the rear, here's where we are at. Same thing, but we're using a banjo bolt out of the rear master to a 45 to cut forward, and then stealing the stainless line that I have off of this and routing it under the motor down here in between the frame rails. So we're keeping it above the frame, but under the motor and through. The other option, I thought about using the brake crossover, because that would work as well. Not quite sure how to lay that one out yet. And then if we go this route, we have our brake line coming through the frame, tucked up nice and tidy, like that. And then this will drop down. Where do I want to go here? To there. So we'll need a fitting over here. Definitely need a fitting over there. Let's see how much room I got to kick this under the motor. And then we'll have to run the frame, run the length of the frame through here. Now we're getting kind of coiled in here. Kind of want to come back through. I feel like I want it under here, if anything. And then we can fold and pocket the excess that's up and out of the frame rail. Yeah, much better. Let's go underneath the battery box when we come back here. Like that. So, what kind of fitting do we want? We need a banjo bolt off of this caliper. I don't know which. I grab a straight one or a 90. Let's see what else I got. Might have a cleaner one than that. Bolt. 90. Let's see what a 90 looks like. I'm thinking a 90 is probably going to be the best bet. Kick this off. Don't think I have another 45. I hate this part. Trying to figure out what the cleanest method will be when none of them are clean. Got a 35, 45, 35. See what 35 and 45 look like, I guess. Well, that's another 90. 90 will work. 35. Go that way. We can kick it that way. So the nice part about these is the banjo to AN fittings make this really quick and easy to swap around. I think that'll work. 45 will cut on more of an angle. 90 comes out too far. Unless we want to loop it around and back. Could do that too. Just don't like the... If we came that way... Huh. Let's check that real quick. That might actually work to pick up some of this slack. If we come back here... I mean, it'll get zip tied to the frame anyway. I kind of like that, actually. Grab a banjo bolt here. See what this looks like. So we got a couple options. I have enough to make the rear work. I'm short of front line, so I will need to order a front line for this. Chrome on chrome. Zip tie there, zip tie there. Nice and tidy. Kind of takes up all the slack over here. Not rubbing or binding on anything. I think that right there is our move. Yep, that's what we're doing. Decision made. Problem solved. You see that much right there, and this will all get hugged into the frame under the battery tray. So there we go. Rear brakes are pretty much done. We're going to be using one of these switches. Not a banjo bolt, so I guess we could throw that on real quick. Because this is what we'll tie our wiring into. Keep our fittings here. Washer. Banjo. We're going this way. And last washer. Man, that actually worked out pretty well with off-the-shelf parts. I don't mind waiting or getting parts, ordering parts, I mean. But it's so much nicer if I can actually assemble some of this stuff on parts that I got here. Now, if I'm smart, I would actually take this apart and take some measurements. That'll actually work really well because then I can loop the wires back here and tie these into our taillight wiring coming down the sissy bar right on one side. So we'll have everything mechanical come down. This will tie in there. Brake line will stay right there. I think that looks pretty good on the rear. Nice and clean. Mostly hidden. If we want, we can go a little fancier. And I don't like putting them under. I like keeping them on the high side of the frame rail just in case you clip it or scrape the bottom on something. So this will all run right underneath this brake mount. Like that. Up and over. So we're good there. Got a little bit more wiring to do, but the brake parts I wanted to figure out. I will have to take a measurement for this before we leave. Add that to my next order. And there we go. We have brakes. Jesus, you guys are dirty. So 90 will be just a straight shot from here to there. And I'll dig in a couple more spots because I might have a few more cables laying around somewhere. I know I have them. I just don't know where I put them. So that's what I'm working on today. That and wiring. We're not going to do a ton filming on the wiring side because it gets boring really quickly. But once this is done, hopefully I can get some parts for the shovel head. We'll get some shovel stuff done later, and then I might start putting some of these transes together. So if that happens off camera, it's just I've been busy. running around like crazy trying to get this stuff done. So running out of time for chopper barn. Hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have this wired up and brake lines run. I don't remember where we left off. I said I was gonna start doing wiring and things on this. Still am, still was. Got most of this wired up and ready to go. It's kind of just resting in pieces. I actually hooked a fuel bottle up. Make sure the carb is flowing, which it is. So we are getting gas into this S&S that he had. Wanted to test the accelerator pump. I don't have a throttle cable hooked up, but that should be good on the intake side. Exhaust is all bolted in. Rear brake is plumbed. Key is working minus the front brake switch. I'm also waiting on the brake hose for the last bit, but other than that, I do have the new rear sprocket, so the rear wheel is going to come off one more time before we finalize any of this. Going to put the exhaust bolt in for the rear, and the iron head is pretty much ready to go. We will double check. I'm still waiting on motor mounts too. I have the rear mount. I do not have this front upper. It's this little L bracket, and nobody has that one in stock. I can make one. I'm just trying to avoid that. But we are running points on here. I have a Dyna S as well that we can try out. I'm not really sure what I want to do with that. Got a temporary ground hooked up to test my lighting circuits. So ignition is only going to be powered to the switch and the crank. I did pour some oil in here as well. Headlight, tail light. I don't know if we're gonna get anything on the brake light because we don't have fluid in there. So nothing there yet, but we do have that wired up to the brake light switch, integrated into the little caliper here. Got everything kind of tucked and tidy. All the wiring is wrapped and covered, minus this orange one goes down to the starter trigger. This is the last one I need to run down there. And then the chaos of this ignition system is just kind of thrown together because I wasn't sure which coil I'm going to use or whether we're going to do electronic or points on this. It came with an electronic, but the original electronic setup, I got a Dyna S knockoff. I got a couple Dyna S plates in back. And then we have the original one, just a points plate. This is the easiest bet, so I'm going to start with this. It's easier to diag, and I don't have to worry about chasing electronic issues with that. We'll pull these wires back through. Those are just in from the battery. Again, testing circuits, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there is oil in here, so I don't mind tapping the start button. This start switch, since we are running a master, I did wire all this up minus this one tab. I just put a little ring terminal cap on there for now, but that can go to my brake light switch because it does have an electronic one. I don't need to do a hydraulic for the front if we're gonna run this switch housing with the master, but it cranks. I don't want to go too crazy because the timing plate's just dangling there, but she does crank. So I'm pretty confident that this thing will get started soon, but that's where we're at on this thing. So sorry I didn't take you along for all the details. It's tedious and time consuming and wiring. I need to kind of be focusing on what I'm doing when I get around to doing the wiring bits. But we got a brand new oil filter in there. Oil tank is filled. I mean, we're down to the last little bits. I need thread sealer on this petcock. We just got to screw in one there. Run a line to the carb since I know the carb's working now. I didn't want to pour gas in until we tested that circuit. Other than that, it's just going to be the timing plate. I just did a video on points install for the shovelhead, which is exactly the same as this, only your points will be at 3 o'clock instead of at 12 o'clock. And I'm pretty sure I did a video setting static timing in the past too on another ironhead thing. So I'm not really doing anything new. That's why I've been kind of jamming on this, and I'm running out of time. Chopper barn's right around the corner. Got to start getting this thing together so this rolls and can go away for now. Oh yeah, sport bike things too. A little different, but blasting coat job on the wheels for this with labor of teardown and disassembly. So got to ride this today. That was neat. But I'm rambling. Next video, I'll go over a couple of odds and ends up here, and that's pretty much it. We'll catch you on the next one.